डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी.
Hello friends, welcome to Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University, Ahmedabad. Myself, Dr. Vinod L. Desai, Associate Professor at PG Department of Computer Science and Technology, Sardar Patel University, Vallabh Vidyanagar. In today's sessions, we will talk regarding various protocols like TCP/IP, UDP, HTTP, POP3, IMAP, SMTP, FTP, ICMP and newsgroups. So let's have a look at protocols. What is protocol? So simply, if we have to define protocol, that means it is a set of rules and regulations which is designed to make a smooth communications over the network for various networking devices. It defines rules and regulations for communications between various network devices. They behave based on the specific rules in the form of protocols. Network protocol is used for devices that identify and establish connections with each other, as well as making rules with which data is packed to perform input and output. Every piece of online content, whether it is text or image, video or audio, is delivered to the end user via network protocol. A network protocol is a mechanism or set of procedures or rules that enables devices to communicate with the other connected devices. In order to communicate together, two devices must support the same protocol or a gateway that will need to be used to translate the communication. There are three main types of network protocols: network management protocols, network communication protocols and network security protocols. Network management protocols set out the policies designed to monitor, manage and maintain a network. It includes SNMP, Internet Control Message Protocol, POP3 and Telnet. While network communication protocols are used to establish rules and formatting such as syntax, synchronization and semantics for exchanging the data across a network. It includes TCP, UDP, IP, HTTP, FTP, Border Gateway Protocol and ARP, Address Resolution Protocol. Next is network security protocols. So it deals with protocols that use security measures such as cryptography, encryption to protect data. Examples includes SFTP, SSL and HTTPS. Network protocol versus internet protocols. So while there are many different types of network protocols, transmission control protocols is one of the most widely used due to its ability to break down data into packets so they can be transferred easily and securely. Under the traditional TCP/IP model of networking, TCP used along the internet protocol to identify hosts and send data across the internet. Within this model, IP identifies and defines the IP address of devices or applications that data will be transferred or forwarded to, and then TCP routes this data through a network to guide the content to its final destination. While network protocol versus communication protocol. So generally network management and communication protocols are two of the most types of protocols. Communication protocols including TCP/IP and HTTP are designed to enable two devices to exchange data, whereas network management protocols are designed to help manage and troubleshoot performance. If we have to discuss, then network management protocols such as Simple Network Management Protocol (SNMP) can monitor and troubleshoot the connections between the endpoints and the networks so that administrator can easily troubleshoot and find out the mechanism where the error occurred or the trouble has arisen. In contrast, communication protocols are mainly concerned with defining, formatting and syntax rules to set out for a framework or two devices to which they are supposed to communicate. The figure shows there are two mainly layers, one is OSI and second one is TCP/IP, which has a standard protocol stack. Okay, OSI is having or consisting of total 7 layers, while TCP/IP is bundled with certain protocols and it was consisting of 5 layers. Generally, if you have to talk about the OSI, then initially the application, presentation and session layers, as we can see, the topmost 3 layers are considered as the software layers. They are concerned with mostly with softwares, while transport layer is, we can say, it is a heart of any, we can say, communication or network. While the below 3 layers, that is networking, data link and physical, these 3 layers deals with the hardware. So whenever our communication takes place from one source to another destination, or we can say sender to receiver, the data will proceed from top side and it moves back from bottom to top, and it is processed in a number of ways. If you have to talk, then applications, the users will deal with the application layer. It uses the these layers to send a request. Presentation layer will fetch the request, then format the request, transfer, we can say it will convert the data as per the required format. Then the session layer is there, will manage the sessions of the initiated request. The transport layer will segment the requested data. Network layer will convert the segment into the packet. Data link layer will convert the packet to the frames, and then the physical layer will convert it to the bit, and then after this bit will be transported to the opposite layer, that is a physical layer, which will reverse engineer all these processes, and the request will be forwarded to the corresponding recipient. This way the whole mechanism works and the communication takes place. So at various stages, various protocols are used. At the application layer, we can see that SMTP, FTP, STTP, POP3, IMAP and SNMP protocols are used. At transport layer, TCP and UDP is there. Networking layer, there is an internet protocol used, and at the data link and physical layers, we can see Ethernet is going to be used. We already discussed transmission control protocol, internet protocols. Okay, user datagram protocols. The user datagram protocol is a communication protocol that is designed to send packets from one device to another device on a network. Many organizations use UDP as an alternative to TCP because it offers high transfer speed. While this increases in speed comes at a cost of accuracy, UDP better supports video audio streaming services, online games or video voice over internet protocol calls, which can handle some degree of data loss. The two difference between the UDP and TCP is that UDP will not attempt to establish a connection before sending packets to the destination. At the same time, it doesn't guarantee the delivery of the data or packets to other devices. So these are the two drawbacks from where the UDP is suffering. POP3, that is Post Office Protocol 3. This is a simple standardized protocol that allows users to access their mailboxes on the internet and download messages to their computers. POP3 is a network protocol that enables servers to retrieve emails from a remote server and download them to the local computers or local devices which is having with a user. Whenever the client connects to the server via TCP, it automatically downloads all the new emails or messages to it, making it accessible to the users both online and offline. Email platforms like Microsoft Outlook can use POP3 to collect email messages from the remote server via TCP/IP so that they are available offline. Under the default setting, all emails are deleted from the server automatically once the download is complete, but the user can customize it so that it will not get deleted. Even if you don't have any internet connections, you can still view your emails using POP3. Additionally, you will have or you can save a lot of time of storage space on your email server, as emails are deleted every time they are downloaded to your device. Corresponding or related to the POP3, there is a IMAP protocol, that is Internet Message Access Protocol. It also works with the same way as the POP3. IMMP is another protocol that's used to retrieving the emails. With IMAP, whenever a user clicks on an email, it is not downloaded or stored on the local computers, but remains on the server, enabling the users to check their emails from multiple devices. This is the big difference between the POP3 and IMAP. In POP3, the email was getting downloaded, while here it is not going to be downloaded, but it remains on the server as it is. The main difference between IMAP and POP3 is that the latter only allows users to download and access emails locally on the same computer, as we discussed. IMAP also doesn't automatically delete emails from the server. You should use IMAP if you use several devices. IMAP saves a copy of all your emails on the email server, which means that you don't have to worry about losing data because it stores on the server, so it will be available as and when required. It is not going to be deleted compared to the POP3. Additionally, you will be able to see all your folders and they will look the same on your local devices as we can. Next is HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is a universally accepted protocol communication for making a communications over the network through the World Wide Web. With HTTP, a client will send a hypertext request or message to a web server asking for access to a certain resources. The server hosting the websites or the data will receive the HTTP request, process the request, forms the response and send the response back to the client in the form of HTTP response. The web server processes the request messages and it performs based on the requested data. The web server sends a response message that includes the requested content or web pages. There is also an encrypted version of HTTP called HTTPS, which uses SSL or TLS encryptions to encrypt requests and responses so that they can't be accessed by third party to ensure the security of the data or messages. The various features of HTTP are, it is first a connectionless. So HTTP is a connectionless protocol. That means it never maintains a connections between the two subsequent requests we can say. So if you are clicking on a link right now and at the same moment it opens a page. On the next page, if there is another link and if you are clicking on that page, it will jump to the next web page. That means it will not save the status of the previously click the link. So it is a connectionless, that is, it is never maintaining a connection between the two links. So that we can say it is a stateless, as it never maintains a status of concurrent request that is made from the single user. HTTP is media independent as well. So if the client and the user knows how to manage the data, then any type of data can be transferred through HTTP. Thus, it is important to specify the type of data that is going to be accessed. It is stateless, as we already discussed that being a connectionless protocol, it is also a stateless protocol, that it is never maintaining a status among the consequent requests for a user. Every time it is considering as a new request. SMTP protocol, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. This is a protocol which is used with a email functionality by the web server. SMTP is a mail delivery protocol that allows a device to send and deploy mail to a remote endpoint with a TCP connection. Many providers including Microsoft Outlook, Gmail and Yahoo Mail uses SMTP to send messages to remote server. Unlike POP3, SMTP can't retrieve emails from a mailbox, and unlike POP3, it doesn't automatically delete emails. Unlike POP3 and IMAP protocols, SMTP doesn't provide the functionality to the users to retrieve emails from a server. One of the main issues with SMTP is the lack of sender email authentication. SMTP lacks security features too and thus gets the spam mails from the unknown users. File Transfer Protocol, FTP. FTP is a network protocol that is used to transfer files from one device to another device over an encrypted TCP/IP connection. With FTP, a user can load up a web browser or FTP clients such as FileZilla or FTP BAOUGujarat and send up to 2 GB at once. Many organizations use FTP because of its ability to send large files or lots of files at once in a way that is fast and efficient. Unfortunately, this efficiency comes at the cost of security, as FTP transmits all data in a plain text. For these reasons, many organizations opt to use a secured version of FTP called File Transfer Protocol Secure Socket Layer (FTPS), which functions at the same but uses SSL's encryptions to obscure the transferred data. Internet Control Message Protocol (ICMP) is a network layer protocol used by network devices to diagnose network communication issues. ICMP is mainly used to determine whether or not data is reaching its internet destination in timely manner. Commonly, the ICMP protocol is used on network devices such as routers. ICMP is crucial for error reporting and testing. ICMP notifies devices that forwarded message was too long or arrived out of order and will issue an error message requesting that the device resend the content. Troubleshooting tools such as ping send ICMP request to a device and measures the round trip time or the time it takes for the device to respond to the request. ICMP is not associated with a transport layer protocol such as TCP or UDP. This makes ICMP a connectionless protocol. Next is Internet Group Management Protocol (IGMP). The Internet Group Management Protocol sets up one-to-many network connections. IGMP helps set up multicasting, meaning multiple computers can receive data packets directed at one IP address. Then HTTPS. As we already discussed, HTTP, it is a advanced version with respect to security. The problem with HTTP is this: it is not encrypted. Any attackers who intercepts an HTTP message can read it. So to avoid these issues, HTTPS corrects this by encrypting the messages. TLS SSL. Transport layer security is the protocol HTTPS uses for encryption. TLS used to be called secured socket layer or transport layer security. Next is newsgroup. A newsgroup is an internet-based discussion around an individual, entity, organizations or topic. It enables remotely connected users to share, discuss and learn about the topic of interest by exchanging text messages, images, videos and other forms of digital content. Newsgroups were initially created in 1979 by some university students to exchange messages. Users can subscribe for free by submitting an email address, and the group generally consists of several topics, categories based around a main theme. The subscribers can post a message in a particular topic category which is either automatically visible in open newsgroups or can only be viewed by approved members in moderated groups. All subscribers participating in or following the groups, message groups or we can say news groups, will be notified of new messages and updates. Moreover, news, stories, topics in the news groups can be read through a downloadable newsreader applications. The characteristics of news groups are: it is organized into categories and subcategories. It is similar to blogs but usually has more questions and answers. Newsgroups is used in a protocol which is NNTP, that is Network News Transfer Protocol, to read and post news or messages. News servers provides the infrastructure that makes newsgroups work. Each news server has special software that maintains a file for each newsgroup serviced by that server. To view and post messages to newsgroups, you need to have a newsreader. Some newsgroups is moderated by designated person who decides which posting to allow and which one to remove. Most newsgroups are immoderate. Thank you very much. In these sessions, we have discussed various protocols used in a networking in terms of HTTP, HTTPS, ICMP, POP3, etc. apart from the news group. Thank you very much.
स्वाध्यायः